Welcome to Head Wreck, that show where we talk about the things that are wrecking your heads and the things that are wrecking our heads. My name is John Bird, and with me, as always, is Alan Ryan. Say hi, Alan. Alan
Hi,
is
Alan.
miming.
I was talking along with you on that.
I know. These are the things we have to say, though. So don't forget that we obviously talk about the things that are wrecking our heads, and we want to hear what's wrecking your head. So you can get in contact. And all the socials were there, head wrecked and all of that, or you can send us an email to the lads at headwreck.com. And Alan is having a lot of
You just call me
fun.
Anna.
And Alan is having a lot of fun with the new Zoom update that we both had to install before we start recording. And yeah, he's having fun with that while I'm being very professional, you know.
Well, where would they find us on social media if it wasn't for me? It'd be at head_rect. Very
Yeah,
important.
yeah,
Very
but I
important.
already said that. Did I? Maybe I didn't.
No,
Anyway,
you didn't. You said the email one.
no, I
Right.
didn't. No.
Yeah.
So
If any time there's proof this isn't scripted.
I'll
It's you
rewind
and your
back and
conversation.
I'll edit myself in saying it. Yeah, well, it's been a while, Alan. We both had a
Yeah,
couple of busy schedules. It's been a couple of
we did
weeks
indeed.
of
We
our
have
weekly
indeed.
podcast, so we've missed a couple of weeks. I
It's
swear
only a
there will,
monthly podcast at
yeah,
this
there
stage.
will be one year where we actually get 52 podcasts done. One a week. We have to do it. One
Well, I
next
like
year.
think
Next year. Next year.
our last one was a 1.5 because it was an extra long holiday special.
That's true.
So
That's
I like
true.
to think of that as me. That's kind of cover us a little bit more.
Yeah, and we were inundated with emails from people saying thank you so much for all the shitty help that you gave us before we went on holiday. No, in fact, we didn't get any emails from anyone saying we helped them because we knew we wouldn't have because or maybe we did and they just don't want to tell us. I don't know. Maybe they did.
Or maybe they're currently on holidays,
Or actually, maybe they're still on holidays, to be fair. Yeah.
or they're waiting for the next podcast. Like, oh, maybe you
Yeah.
guys have died, and that's why they haven't done another one.
Maybe. But look, all our holidays are done and now we're all back to normal and we're all slightly depressed that we have to deal with the Irish weather, which
Especially
is
with the
really,
weather. Oh
really
my
shit right
God,
now. How head wrecking is the
really
weather right
bad.
now? It's so bad. It just won't
Really,
stop
really,
raining.
really bad.
And
And I think that's something that's quite head wrecking is the fact that you go out in the morning when it's like, or early in the day when the weather's like this. So you bring in a kind of a jacket with you. Then by like 3 o'clock, you're sweating the balls off yourself because you went out dressed for rainy, shitty weather,
I know,
or the
yeah.
exact opposite happens.
I know. It's so annoying. Yeah, if it's nice and dry, you have to wear the jacket. If it's nice and wet, you have to wear
That's
the
what she said.
jacket. Yeah. Jesus Christ. Oh, I've missed this, Alan. Oh, a couple of weeks is too long.
Uh,
And it been a couple of weeks, I'm sure stuff has wrecked your head over the last couple of weeks. Anything that you want to
yeah,
start off with? I'm sure there must be something. Like
there
I
is.
have a few.
And yeah, this is so my weather related, but it's not weather related because I consume this item any time of the year, but most people consume them when it's warm. And these are ice creams. So I love
Mm,
ice cream. I love
mm.
ice cream. But what
Yeah,
wrecks my
me
head is you're
too.
eating
Me
like a
too.
magnum and the bits of chocolate that fall off onto your lap, right?
Oh, they start to melt
And you
straight
think you've
away.
gotten it. Yeah, it starts melting straight. Then you think you've gotten it all.
Yeah.
And then you realize later on, like 4 hours later, when you've been out and about going, oh, what is this between my legs? Obviously, normally I'll be looking at it
You
for my
say
dick.
that a lot, do
But
you?
yeah,
You're
yeah,
just out
but
and
yeah,
about.
but
What is it? Is
yeah,
it
it's just
between my
between my legs
legs?
flapping in the wind. But like Rex, my head is going is firstly is how breakable is that what you call it, or how
Breakable.
breakable the chocolate on like on the outside of a
Oh,
magnum is.
breakable. I
Crack.
thought you said
Yeah.
rakeable. Yeah.
No,
Yeah,
breakable.
it
With
is.
it,
It's
yeah, with a
really,
big
really breakable. I find that irritating. Yeah, it does. It falls off your
excessively
lap. And
so.
I've learned now, and I'm sure you have, that you have to flick it. And no matter where, you just have to leave. Because when it lands in your lap, Alan, you have to flick it off. Okay. Because if you rub it, it goes everywhere.
And then you get a stain on your legs. Yeah,
No, but
yeah,
it's
yeah.
true. Actually can't rub because the chocolate melts straight away. You have to flick it away.
Yeah.
Yep.
And it always happens in the car as well because there's eating ice cream in the car. So
Oh, I don't eat ice cream in the car. I can't.
you
If
know,
I'm
no,
going to eat an ice cream in the car, I'll only eat a brunch because the bits that fall off on a brunch they don't melt. They're like biscuit or something.
so this is the follow-on part that kind of wrecks my head as well. I don't eat a lot in the car, but because I'm on the road every now and again, or in the car, I would eat them sitting in traffic. There's a perfect V-shape outline of stained food where obviously there's a gap between my legs on my seat. So I have
Oh,
a
on your
95%,
seat. Yeah.
yeah, yeah, I have a 95% clean seat. But like the V shape from the bottom of my knob, basically,
Yeah.
my flies, my
from
zip,
your from
my
your gooch to the tip.
yeah, but to the edge of the seat. It's
Yeah.
like disgusting,
But do you not
and
have
it's disgusting.
you have leather seats, no?
So I'm
Depends on
gonna
what
just
car. Alan, oh, you
yeah.
go, oh, here we go. Oh, guys,
I didn't want to
I
say
have a
it.
couple
I
of
didn't want to say.
cars, guys. Alan's a petrol head. We've learned that over the last few
Yeah.
podcasts. So obviously, Alan can't stand my car of choice that I decided to
No,
drive in.
everyone is entitled to their own opinion, and in my opinion, that car's terrible.
Yeah,
It's
fair.
actually not.
No,
No. I know.
no,
Look, each their
I
own.
didn't
Each their
buy
own.
my car. I bought my car
You
for
stole it.
I
Like
bought
someone
my
gave it
car
to you,
for my
going, "The car's shit."
grandkids, so the world will be a better place. That's how amazing I am. I know. No, I would
No.
love to buy a sporty
I get the
car
reason
as
why.
well. I
Yeah,
would.
no, yeah,
I
yeah,
would. I
no,
would
no.
just to drive the stones out of it. But yeah. Yeah, the food, yeah, they're like I got in the car the other day and there's like minor I don't know what you call it. It's like half leather, half material,
Oh yeah, sure,
or
yeah,
whatever.
yeah.
So obviously the leather part is fine, but the material bit, it looks like I've shit
Gross.
myself. It's
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 disgusting.
rotten.
And then what's really annoying, and this happens as well, is when you're eating like a wrap or something on the go, and a bit of lettuce falls out of the wrap down in the bit just underneath the handbrake. Where the handbrake goes down, there's a tiny little gap of like an inch gap down, and it falls in there. Like, all right, well, I'm gonna be
My car
smelling
doesn't have a
moldy lettuce and
handbrake.
bit.
Doesn't have a handbrake.
Well, really?
No, it's a foot brake. You press it with your foot, it's
But
right.
that's no, that's just a normal brake. I know.
No, no. Right. So my car is an automatic, right?
Oh, okay,
Because
yeah, okay, yeah, yeah, fair enough. Yeah,
because it's a Prius,
yeah,
right? So there's like the accelerator, the big fat brake, and then there's a tiny little foot brake that's slightly higher up that you press with your foot, which is a handbrake, but you do with your feet. There you go. And my parents cannot get around that at all. They just it can't get it into their head, which is very funny when they ever try and drive my car. They're like, "Where's the fucking handbrake?" I'm like, "It's a foot brake." I'm
yeah.
like, "Yeah, that's the brake." Yeah, it's exactly what you were just saying.
Yeah, is
Um,
that just a brake? Yeah, yeah, yeah. But
I
then you
know.
put it into
Yeah,
park and then it's
yeah,
fine. Yeah, yeah,
yeah.
yeah, yeah. Yeah.
But yeah, eating in cars. I don't really eat too much. Drinking coffee, that's a pain in the arse. In a car drinking coffee. But
Like,
luckily the
do you have an actual mug, or do you have like a go cup type thing, or a keep cup, whatever
I've
they're called?
both, but I don't always remember that keep cup or go or whatever they
So are
call
you
it.
driving along with an actual mug of coffee as you're driving along?
Well, the thing about the car is the coffee holder is really high up, so I just have to like reach
Well,
over
it's a
to.
cup holder rather than a coffee holder.
No, it's just
A
coffee.
cup,
There's only ever a
yeah, the
coffee
cup
in.
is the coffee holder.
No, I pour coffee directly into it
It
and
doesn't
suck it
ring.
with a straw.
Imagine how disgusting
Oh,
that would be after a while. It'd be like the floor of the cinema.
oh, Jesus. And actually, the cinema, I went to the cinema for the first time ever a couple of weeks ago. First time ever?
No,
First time ever.
it was
First
like
time in
what?
a long time.
Well, what you go and see?
I went to see the Ghost movie. Ghost, not Ghost, the old making
The one with
pottery with making a big pottery dildo. Not that
Whoopi
Ghost.
Goldberg and Patrick
And
Swayze
yeah,
and Demi Moore.
and Demi, oh, look at you. And who else? Was there anyone else?
The
Whoopi Goldberg
Ghost.
was very funny. Whoopi was very funny in that movie. No, it's Ghost. They're a Swedish rock band, and they had a concert and went down to Waterford to see it with my son. And
So they played the concert in the
there
cinema.
was six people in it, and three left halfway through. So there was just me, my son, and another girl down front, and we were like singing and dancing. It was great. Anyway, there you go.
Oh, I loved it. I actually loved it.
Good fun.
I've gone to cinema a couple of times when there's no one else in there. I was like, this is great.
It's really, yeah,
This is great.
I prefer it. It's way better because it's like
And
when I'm watching
you
a
still have,
movie on my own, I prefer that. So,
yeah, yeah, yeah. And the great thing about a cinema is you don't take your phone out, so you actually have like that 2.5 hours to yourself ultimately anyway. But the thing is,
well,
if you're watching a dodgy movie, you might whip one out and like pleasure yourself
just
in the
one.
middle of the cinema. You can't do that anymore because you now have the
Oh,
night vision cameras.
sorry, just public service announcement. You can't take your dick out in the cinema anymore, Alan. Why? Why can't you take
Because
your
they've
dick out
asked
in
me to stop.
the
Because I'm on posters in there. Because they have the night vision cameras now to stop people recording movies. Before they didn't used to have that, so you could,
But
go
do
for a
you not
shit in the
wear
corner
them
of the cinema.
anyway when you have your dick out in a dark movie? Are you not wearing night vision goggles anyway? Is that not you wearing them, man?
Yeah,
Oh, cinema. But I tell you what, though, I couldn't. I mean, I know we've said this before. We talked about the cinema before and the price of the popcorn and all that.
crazy,
Like,
crazy.
fucking hell. So we snuck in our own stuff. I was like,
It's-
fucking damn
Oh,
right.
yeah. So the cinema by me view, you can bring in your own stuff. There's no problem with it. You just don't allow hot, stinky food.
All right. Okay. Well, we, I don't know. I wouldn't say snuck it in, but just
Do you
kind of
feel
like,
guilty? Do you
absolutely, I
feel as
feel
if you're
guilty.
like
Yes, I do. I do. But I
now
don't
you know
make a
what drug
mess and I
smugglers
clean
feel
it up.
like?
Yeah, I feel like I'm hiding something or smuggling something through an airport.
Yeah.
But so I wanted a bottle of water, and the fridges were off, the coolers they were off on purpose. There were two big rows of fridges, and all of the bottles were warm. And it was because you had to go to the counter then to buy the drink out, from the dispenser. And it was like for a
Oh
small, it was
yes.
5.75. I was like, fuck me, for a Fanta, a 5.75.
If I think if I was
That's
actually at
extortion.
border that's like, but the cinema tickets are 4.99. So
The
the drink is more expensive than the cinema ticket.
No, the cinema tickets were 10.50 each.
Yeah, and here they do like the 4.99, 6.99
Oh, is
even
that
if they
on
do a different
Tuesdays? Every Tuesday, yeah, or something like
something
that.
like
Yeah,
that. Yeah,
yeah,
something
yeah,
like that.
yeah.
Yeah.
No, the movie wasn't out on Tuesday, but there you go. There's my woes. It's the price of fucking stuff. It's my own fault for buying it
No
anyway. I
wonder why people
totally
pirate
understand
stuff.
that, but I wanted a cold drink and I didn't bring
Yeah,
one
I get that.
because you want the
But
vibe of the cinema as well when you go. And I know we're sneaking in our own stuff, but
yeah,
you kind of want the
but yeah.
vibe of cinema as well.
I remember years ago I watched, I think it was Transformers 3, and that was a 3.5 hour long movie. And I brought in Frankensteiner, which is a beer from Little Around, I think
Really?
it was.
Are you
I
allowed
brought in
bringing
like
beer
four
or
bottles of it. Well, they didn't know, like, do you
fucking
know what I mean? Like, it was
jingling,
there, like they
rolling the
were
whole way
more,
down the steps
they
down
were
the
more
front
worried about
during the
who's this
movie?
guy with his dick out rather than the guy drinking the beer. But which was great because it was a huge screen. It was really, really enjoyable. But the problem I had was about an hour and a half in, I consumed like 2.5 bottles, and I had to break the seal. And
Yeah.
I was in the middle because I always pick the middle. I think we had this conversation
Do-
before. The
Yeah.
middle seat, right bang in the middle. The
No,
best
I'm
seat
the
for
opposite.
the, I know you're
No,
the side, isn't that
no,
right?
no. Always on the
I
aisle.
just find
Yeah.
that weird. I just find, yeah. So just had to keep walking past people.
Yeah, I know. And
Yeah.
they know
So
you drank beer as well. They can smell it off you. Yeah.
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 And I just kept trying to forgetting to put my trousers back up equally as well. Sometimes
You were like breaking the seal, just
going again.
walking past everyone pissing through
Yeah.
the aisle. You weren't going to
Yeah.
the toilet.
And the thing that we're talking about cinemas, and things that have annoyed me about cinemas is people who have their phone out. I think we've mentioned this before. People take their phone out, but they're like taking your phone out in the cinema anyway is not great. But the brightness on their phone is set to like,
I
I don't
know.
know,
Yeah.
like airplane. Is it on airplane mode to call in
It's
airplanes or
like
something?
floodlight. I think you've
Yeah, it's like what the
floodlight. I
hell?
know. I don't know how people aren't blind, and it's so distracting. It distracts you from the movie so much when something like that happens, or when someone starts talking, or even when the ushers come up to show people to their seats with their torches. I'm like, will you just fuck off? I'm trying to
Yeah,
watch the movie.
they don't really do that here in Dublin. These people just
Well,
put
they
on the
do in
torch on their
Wexford,
phones.
okay? They do that in Wexford, okay? They're way better down here. Um, Alan, how do you feel about cats' arses on counters? My sister,
Oh yeah,
she
no,
gets really annoyed by that. She said, "Bring
yeah,
it
I
to
get
the
it.
podcast." Yeah, but you have cats, you see, and I have
Yeah, but
cats.
yeah, but they don't like to put their ass on the counters
But they
because they
sit.
don't
They
go up on the
surely
counters.
jump on the counter and sit.
No,
They
they're
never
well
sit.
trained.
They are fucking grinding those counters when you're at
When
work,
I'm not there.
Alan. I'm
Oh,
telling you now, they're
so this is really interesting.
100%
You said
doing
this, right?
that.
So I'm here. They don't go on the counter, and so I think I've said to you before, and I think our listeners should know, that I have cameras and stuff all around. I have a smart apartment, and I remember before I had gone into my bedroom and my door was closed over. I went, I want to see what these fuckers are up to.
Oh
So I was
yeah,
out of the room
yes,
about
yes,
10
yes. I
seconds.
love this. I love
I
this.
connected to the camera, and there was Tom, who's my ginger and white cat, sitting on top of the table in the middle, looking around, going, haha, catch me now, you prick.
Yeah,
And then I
yeah.
opened my door, and he was just sitting on the ground going, oh, hello. I was like, you dickhead. But
Did
also,
did you
I've
catch them doing
dusty
anything
paw
though?
prints.
Actually, okay.
I've dusty paw prints as well in front of my TV. Like, no, there's a
Dusty
bit of
Prop.
dust. I
That's
can,
a great name for a DJ. How are you doing? I'm Dusty Prop Prince.
or a country band,
Yeah, 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 yeah. I like it. Yeah, yeah.
dusty paw prints. Yeah, yeah. No, but I do get it. Like cats will show you their ass as a way of affection.
They
Ultimately, it's
do.
going,
They
I've
do. And yours
100%
grind the
trust me.
counters. Well, I
Yeah. Women do that as
before
well, though. They show
do
you their
what?
ass if the women who show you their assholes,
Yeah, they do. Yeah, yeah.
they normally mean they like you, you know.
Well, I used to hate it before we had cats, but now we have cats, so they go anywhere as cats do.
Yeah,
So it
clean though.
doesn't bother me,
The
but
cats are
it did
clean.
bother me.
So
Hmm?
my other cat Geronimo, he has a tendency when he goes for shit to drag his ass along the ground, and he's
Oh,
writing his name, his initials. I'm like, what are you what are you up to? It's like he's
Geronimo
trying to
was here.
yeah, he's like That's what I think he's trying to write is going to help me or something like that. I don't know, SOS or something. Do you know what I mean?
I have worms. Please get me a tablet.
They're not worms though. It's just I think he has a protruding anal gland or
Oh,
something like
that's
that.
so
Yeah,
much
yeah, yeah,
better. Yeah, yeah,
yeah, yeah,
yeah.
yeah.
Because you can
That's
get a
when
tablet for
when he
that.
sits on the counter, he's about 2 inches above because the gland is sticking out. But
Oh,
but in fairness, now cats are very very clean and they do enjoy licking their own assholes. So I think cats
they do.
like it's just
And
gross. The
yeah,
idea of it is
yeah.
disgusting. But like I think I can think of worse things. I think of like, will I sit on the counter with my own ass out? You know,
You
you
know
know,
you've done worse. We all know you've done worse.
yeah.
I've seen you do worse.
You have seen me do worse.
Oh yeah, but
But
that's
we'll skip over
something
that
that
story for now
that
because I'm not quite
yeah.
sure if I could get into trouble for that one. But yeah,
No,
yeah.
no, but cats' asses on counters is something that is wrecking my sister's head at the moment. So I said I'd bring it up. Yeah,
But
I'm
like,
over
but
it. I'm
is
over
it
it, but
her
it's
own
fine.
cat or other people's cats coming into her
I
house
don't know.
and
That's a good question. Actually, I never asked her that. I was just like, yeah, yeah, okay. We might come back to this.
so
What has
and
annoyed you, Alan? Tell me
it
what's
was
annoyed you. Tell me now.
this
Tell
is
me
again
this
and
now.
something this is something very recent as well. The trousers, and we've kind of mentioned this in some way before,
This is
but it
very
was really, really,
crotch
really
based
no,
podcast so far.
when you no, when you're ironing trousers and they're really difficult to iron, they're like a weird shape. It's like the front of the
What
leg is like
trousers are you wearing jodhpurs or what are you
no,
wearing? What
like
kind of
work
weird
based
shape?
slacks. So basically, it's like the back. It's like the back part of it is like the seam is like 60%. You know, like the front part is like 40%. The back, it's like the back is slightly wider than the front.
Alan,
But
are
then you
these
iron it.
arseless chaps?
No, no,
Because
they're
you
normal
can't iron, you
trousers.
can only iron one
No,
side of them.
no, no.
There's holes.
Just because I'm elegant and fucking iron my clothes and you don't iron your clothes does not make my trousers
Everybody, I
weird.
just need to. Alan thinks he's elegant because he irons trousers. That is fantastic.
No, I'm just saying because obviously you don't, so that's the
Well, I
reason
don't
why.
always have
Or
to
your
because
wife
when you take,
does.
you know, when you take stuff
Or
out
your
of,
wife does,
well,
John. Is that what happens?
no, well, I can absolutely 100% say my wife does not do any of my ironing because of an ironing incident that happened 20 years ago. And from then on, she said never again. And I said never again. So there you go.
Do you think you can share that instance now that
Well,
you
I mean, she
mentioned
just obviously burned a trousers. She was ironing a trousers, and I was due to go to work at the time, and she burnt a hole in the trousers. She's going to kill me for saying this story. But from then on, she just said, okay, do your own. I was like, yeah, okay, I'll do my own. But I don't
it?
often
But
have to because when you take stuff out of the dryer,
oh,
you
really?
kind
No,
of don't
my
really
door is
need
terrible for
to.
that.
Okay,
My
well,
door is
I
terrible.
don't
I
really
tell you
need
what,
to. It's
I have a
just
combi. I think that might be the reason why.
okay,
It's a
yeah.
dry. It's a washer and
Oh,
dryer
I
in
had one
one
of
unit.
those years ago in an apartment, and it was shit. It was not good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like it's beneficial for drying stuff if you want to go for the creased look.
Yeah, yeah,
It's
yeah,
great during the winter because if your t-shirt, like I'm just going to throw a jumper over my t-shirt, it's fine.
yeah,
But
yeah,
during the
yeah,
summer, I like going,
yeah.
it's really warm, I'm going to throw my t-shirt on and I'm going, this is a load of bullshit. So then I take out my ironing board, which firstly is a pain in the ass to set up.
I
Then
hate
waiting for the
iron
iron to
boards.
heat up, and you're trying to figure what temperature to put in the 2 dots or the 3 dots,
Do you not
and
just
then you
turn it up
look.
full? Like,
No, so yeah, from different materials. So I look at the t-shirt on the label
really?
has a picture of an
What?
iron with 2 dots. I'm going,
Yeah.
okay, I'm only meant to put the 2 dots. It doesn't iron properly, and it doesn't take the crease out. But if your t-shirt is anyway folded, it irons a fucking perfect crease in it. Perfect crease in
Yeah,
it.
that's so
But yet it
true.
won't
Yeah,
uniron, it won't get
yeah,
that crease out.
yeah,
Wrecked my head. I'm like, and then
yeah.
you end up ironing anything like 12 times
Do you
just to
not
try and get it.
do
And
the
like,
trick of, and I learned this from my parents, and I'm sure it's not a revelation, I'm sure loads of people do it, a tea towel. Get a tea towel and make it damp under a tap, make it damp from water and put it over what you're about to iron and it gets rid of the creases straight away.
I just used the spray from the iron.
No, yeah, no, it works way better than that. Just you
See, well, okay.
wet a tea towel, make it damp, and then put it over the trousers that you want to iron, and then the steam of that gets it all out so well.
Yeah,
There
but
you
is your
go.
top not then covered in like sauce?
A clean tea towel.
Well, I don't know. Do you know what I mean? Like there's a bit of
Yeah.
noodle or something stuck on your leg.
It can
Well, again,
happen. It can
that sounds
happen.
like a normal day for me.
Yeah, it
But
does.
the yeah, but like ironing stuff just wrecks my head. Where going, you're trying to iron a set of trousers. They don't iron. They can't get the crease out. But in the easiest, quickest, swiftest movement, you've ironed a crease into it and then you can't get it back. It's like pick one.
Yeah. Yeah, yeah. Or when you are trying, I remember years ago, I used to love the crease down the center of my trousers. Like
Oh my
I used
God.
to love that. And the
No,
effort of
never.
if you fuck up on that a crease, you're like, I don't know what you like. You just look like a fucking idiot in clown pants with the creases going in
Did you
different directions or something.
did you ever iron jeans
Never.
with a
I
crease
don't
down the middle?
know. Actually, yes, I did. Because you remember years ago there were the brand that came out. I think were the
X
Levi's.
Works.
No, no, Jesus, no. They were called Stay Pressed, and they always stayed with the crease in them,
Were they not
and they were
Duns or
meant.
something like that?
No, no, they were proper brand. They
Oh,
had.
okay.
Do you remember they had like that little puppet that was dancing to the song out the
Oh,
window of the
Dr.
car?
Oitzo.
Yeah,
Mr.
yeah, it was.
Oitzo.
Yes, that was
Yeah,
it.
Flat
Yeah.
Eric. Dum dum
Yes,
dum dum.
that's
Dim dim
exactly
dim
it. Well,
dim.
it was whatever that song ad was on, it was those jeans.
Mr.
And I
Oitzo,
thought
Flat
it was the
Eric.
fucking best ever. And I didn't have a lot of money in college, but I remember spending a bit on these jeans because I was like, oh, they're going to be so easy to manage and, wash and iron and living in an apartment,
You
whatever.
washed them
So
once and they're ruined forever.
ruined. They shrank, right? They shrank for starters, but I
I'm
was
sure you're just
so
gonna get fat.
insistent. Yeah, I may have been that as well, but I was insistent on wearing them because I'd spent so much money on them. That I even
Nothing
get
worse.
this, and this is so embarrassing. I even got a little scissors and cut out the hem that was in the inside so that the leg would get longer when I folded out the hem that was tucked in because it shrunk so much. The bottom of a trouser is kind of like folded in
Yeah,
and
but
the seam.
yeah,
I took out all the thread and let it fold down a little bit. And
that
so
must have looked horrible.
it looked horrendous because you
Okay,
be,
that's what I'm trying
because
to
you
figure out.
couldn't get the crease out. There was a big fucking crease on the bottom. I looked like I was wearing prep paper. It was ridiculous. Anyway, there. Oh, it was horrendous.
You had a pair of jeans with an extension.
I did. Yeah, no, it looked ridiculous. Too short. I just looked like I looked like I'd been let out for the day.
You're doing a lot of revelations today.
Probably too many. This is what happens when we don't do a podcast. It just comes out of
Mm.
me because usually I line them up for a few, but now I'm just like bouncing them
No,
all out, and
yeah.
that's not good. What else is wrecking your head, Alan? What else has wrecked your head
What
since I
else
last
is
was talking to you?
shoelaces that open all the time? Do you have that?
I
I have a
no,
pair of
no, I
shoes
don't.
that I triple knot them and that they still come undone. And I think it's because I washed them at some stage as like fabric softener's gotten into lace. Open up
Just
all the time.
change the laces, man. Change the laces.
I know
Buy
I
new
did
laces.
think that. I did think that, but again, going no, because that means I've admitted defeat.
Well,
No pun intended.
oh Jesus, like he's actually cracking himself up with that one. But have you ever tried the laces? The spinny ones. I've seen them in shops on runners and stuff. It's like the disc and it's not laces. It's like this plastic or metal material, whatever. And you spin it and it tightens for you. There are no laces. It tightens when you spin the thing where the laces would be. It's like a little dial that you spin and it tightens the runner on you.
What
What? Yeah.
the fuck are you talking about?
Okay, I'll say this again.
Hang on, hang on. This is a screwdriver for your
No, I'll
shoe,
say this
basically.
again. So, uh, have you never seen those runners that have the little spinny disc where the lace would be, where you would typically tie a knot and you spin it and it tightens
No,
this web
no.
of, yeah, well, they exist. They're in Sports Direct. I've seen them and I've messed with them. I've broken one.
When have you ever gone into Sports Direct? And why have you gone to
Well,
Sports Direct?
okay,
For
so
somebody who
yeah,
does not enjoy the sports or the directness at all of
non-sporty in
sports.
any way, but I've only ever gone into Sports Direct to look for a school bag because they do
Okay.
loads of school
Yeah, yeah,
bags.
yeah, 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 yeah. Fair enough.
What else? A backpack.
Jocks, they actually do. They actually do a good deal on jocks every now and again.
Yeah, and socks. Yeah, and runners. They're so cheap for runners.
Or
Like
trainers or sneakers
or
or
whatever. Fucking non-shoes. They're good for those. Um, but yeah, well, there you go. Try those. Go in and try them
I
and
need to
see are they
Google
better
this.
than laces. Yeah, do. No, they
Listeners,
exist. They
li-
exist. It's
li-
like this disc that you spin on the top of your shoe and it tightens this web of plastic. I don't know, like it's kind of like fishing
like a
line, really,
wind-up
really strong
shoe.
fishing line. Yeah,
What?
yeah, it's a thing. It's a thing, Alan, and I'm glad I've informed
Are
you
you
of it because it makes you feel
sure
great.
your parents just didn't give you those shoes
I
because you
didn't
weren't good at
buy
tying
them. No, I
laces?
didn't buy them. I saw them. Because I know how to tie shoelaces properly without them opening. That was a dig.
Are you talking about Velcro? by any
No,
chance?
it's not Velcro. No,
I know, I
no.
need no. Yeah.
No. But speaking of Velcro, and not speaking of Velcro at all, I just thought of something that really wrecked my head. And I'm kind of, again, you're saying this podcast is full of revelations, right? And this is one that I'm absolutely ashamed of. And I know I'm going to get so much stick for this. Absolutely. Right. So we all know Taylor Swift was here. Did a couple of nights in, was it in Crow Park? No, the Aviva,
Aviva,
a
Aviva,
couple of weeks
which is
ago.
one of the football
And
stadiums in Dublin, for
no, I
those who
was
didn't know.
not at it before you ask. I'm not a fan at all. I don't like her music apart
So
from
here's a
one
question.
song.
If you were getting free tickets, would you have went?
No.
Oh, interesting, okay.
No, I
I
wouldn't. I
100%.
and not big. Look, I'm not a musical snob. I don't like her
You're down in
songs.
Wexford, though, in fairness, but yeah,
But
it's a bit of
yeah,
a
well, I'm
distance.
not a musical
Fair
snob. I
enough, yeah,
don't
yeah.
like her songs, and so I wouldn't go to a concert like that where I'm like, "Ah, I had no interest." I probably would have given them away. But
I knew you were troubled when you walked in.
you see, I know that, and now you have that in my fucking head. But there is
I
one
know.
song.
So,
That's
well,
my
look, listen,
point,
just
right?
shake it off.
There's a
Shake it off.
oh fuck off, Alan. But there's one song, and I don't know what it's called. In work we have the radio on today FM, and I was like, oh wow, what is that 80s vibe song? It's real like, straight from an 80s movie. And I went out Shazam on my
Oh,
phone,
yeah.
and it
Yeah.
was her, and I was like, I don't know if I can reveal this to anyone that I like a Taylor Swift
No,
song. I
but
don't
look,
know what
like,
it's called. I could grab it on my phone, but I
we
actually
have
went, that's a
musical backgrounds,
good
though. That's
80s
okay.
vibe. And
We have
again,
musical
I'm not a
backgrounds, so I think
snob.
it's
Yeah,
not snob. Exactly. Yeah, it's not
exactly. I'm
snob. You're
not a
going,
mu
yeah, yeah.
each to their own with music, but when I don't like something, I don't like it. But I was just very surprised that I liked a Taylor Swift song. The likes of Shake It Off and stuff, I just find it annoying. I don't like them. But this one came out and I was like, fuck now. Wow, there you go. So I
It
like a
wrecked your
Taylor
head, the fact
Swift
that you
song.
liked, and that wrecked your
It
head.
did wreck my head, and I wrecked my head with the stick that I thought I'd get from people. So we'll see if I do or not. Will I be able to shake it off? Who will know? Oh, Jesus, the only Taylor Swift.
Don't just reuse the same joke I used 2 minutes
Okay, I
ago. Like,
won't.
seriously.
The price of the tickets, Alan. Again, price of the
No,
tickets.
right. The price of anything, but the
Honest to
price of,
God.
I remember, like, again, I, back back in the olden days. Um,
5 years ago, before AI.
yeah, yeah, but I remember going. I remember nearly going to concerts every week because they were like £16, which is probably the equivalent of about probably like €30 now with inflation. Ultimately, I was working,
Yeah,
so it's like those
I like
versus now
55,
going is
60 quid is okay for a ticket, right?
hundred percent.
That makes sense to me, right? Okay, but that's fine. But then you have an extra 10.50 on top of it with fees, right? Which I don't
I
agree with.
fucking
Load
hate
of
bullshit.
shit.
Again,
No,
you've no choice. You have to pay it.
no,
It's a
yeah, I know,
monopoly.
I know, and no, it absolutely is. But now this, like, I know I said it before, Pearl Jam in Marley Park a couple of weeks ago, it was 100 and something a ticket. I'm like, that, I'm sorry, that's just too much.
Yeah.
It's
I
just
was
too
like
much.
ACDC are playing and it was like €180, I think was for a ticket. I'm going, I would go 100% if they were cheaper. 100%. I'd love to see them live, but 180 quid I'm going because you need to go with at least two people. So you're up to 360 quid.
Yeah,
You're gonna have to pay for parking and maybe a couple you're up to 500 quid by the time you've eaten. And
yeah,
I was like,
yeah,
it's mad money.
absolutely. I'm like,
I'm
and the
fortunate enough
price
to
of
be based in
drinks
Dublin.
there
I
as
can,
well.
yeah,
Drinks, like my
yeah.
sister,
Like for
she
yourselves going,
said,
you would drive up or have to stay or something.
Exactly. So the petrol, parking, and then drinks. So two cans of, or a can of, I think,
Please
gin and
don't drink and
tonic or
drive as
something
well
like
either.
that. No, but a can, she wasn't
Oh, I
driving.
think €12 each or something stupid like that,
It,
aren't they?
unbelievable. And she, like, no wonder no one's buying them. No one's going to pay that. That's insane money. No way.
We
Um,
were complaining about 5.75 earlier for a Fanta in the cinema, and now it's
I
yeah.
know. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Jesus.
Yeah, yeah. But it is annoying. And then if you want to bring in water, you can't. Which I don't agree with. You should be allowed to bring water wherever. But no, ticket prices are way too much. Unless the only time I would definitely pay an excessive price for a ticket is if it's a band that I love, like Pearl Jam, and I know it's just the hits. It's like, the hits
And
tour where
they're not
that's
going to
all
play
they're
again in
playing the
6 months'
classic.
time.
Yep.
It's kind of going. This is they mightn't play ever again.
Yeah, yeah. I've like then I'm like, okay, Graham, but sure, so many of them have done that. Elton John has done his farewell tour how many times?
Yeah,
AC/DC
yeah.
have done their farewell tour. They've all done it,
But the thing is, and this is really, really funny. I mean, like, I wouldn't pay the money, but I know in 10 years' time, like, why didn't I go? I was able to afford to go. Why didn't I go? Do you know what I mean?
Do
Because
you
like,
know
I would have loved
what?
to see them live.
I got that straight away when I saw that Eddie Vedder, the singer of Pearl
Yeah.
Jam, had his voice was gone after he'd done the Dublin show, and now loads of their dates were cancelled. And I was like, fuck. Okay, if he dies now, I'll be raging that I missed that. Not that he's going to die because he's sore
I don't
throat,
think you die from losing your from losing your voice.
no, I know.
Like,
But you know, it
unless
did
the sore
make me
throat is
go,
because he was
oh,
decapitated.
yeah, yeah.
My throat's very sore. No, 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 it's because your head was cut off.
But it did make me go, oh, fuck, FOMO. No way. I should have gone. I should have gone. But I don't regret it. No, it's fine. It's fine. It's fine. It's fine. I have the new Taylor Swift song. I'm all good.
What was the name of the new Taylor Swift song?
I don't know. I don't know. I could go to my phone now and get it off Shazam. Hold on. Let's see. Let's see. This is great radio time now. Filling the gap with shite, if I can find it.
And
Did you ever?
we can't even play a sample because we would not be allowed to do that. So
Well,
unfortunately.
we'd get away with it. We'd get away with it. It is
No, I heard Taylor Swift listens to this.
Fortnite. She does, yeah. Fortnite featuring Post Malone. I didn't even know he was in it. There you go.
Oh yeah, 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 yeah.
Um, yeah, there you go. So it's a good song because it's pure 80s vibe. It's my jam. It's
Sure, I
like
get that.
that
Yeah, yeah. No, I get
80s
that. Yeah, yeah.
feel. Yeah, yeah. I love that. I love that.
Do you know something I've noticed recently? And it's kind of it's. I'm not going to say that it wrecked my head, but I can't get my head around it more so. And I think it's an Irish thing. It's really cold outside, so people are wearing shorts and a really heavy puffy jacket. It's like I don't get it.
Yeah, and flip-flops.
Yeah, it's like why are you wearing a heavy jacket with and like a hood and scarf, but in shorts? Surely the reason why you have to wear them is because you're wearing shorts.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. There's nothing worse than your legs being cold. And I don't understand again how people wear shorts all the time. I don't get it. I don't know how.
But it's an Irish thing going. It's the middle of winter. It's like 2 degrees out, and there's some fellow with a gym bag on his back. Wearing, if he's going to the gym or maybe doing sports, like okay, fair enough. But these aren't. You can see these are the clientele of public transport of the people who don't want to be on the public transport way too cold.
Wow, Alan, holy, the great unwashed, is it? The hoi polloi, is that what you're talking about?
The people
Wow.
who don't iron their trousers. That's what I'm talking about
The
there.
people who unhem their trousers to get
Yeah,
extra
yeah,
growth out of
yeah,
them.
yeah. Like, I can't believe I'm up in Dublin here.
Oh, for fuck's sake. Oh my God, I'm so embarrassed. I can't believe I reveal that, but I'm not revealing anymore. That's it. Um,
You
uh,
like your coffee, don't you? You like your coffee.
yeah, yeah, I do.
Would you
Where's
consider
he
yourself a
going?
coffee snob?
Not as not. I know what I like. I know the taste I like, and I don't know what
Sure,
that taste is. As in, like, if you were to tell me it was a bean from wherever, I have no idea. But I know the taste I like.
sure.
So yes, there's some which I'm like,
But are
no,
you
that.
quite
But
simple to it though?
I don't like the freeze dried stuff. Can't stand it. You
Oh
know,
yeah,
when
yeah,
you
yeah. No,
like
yeah.
horrible.
I'm
Yeah.
bean all the way.
Mm.
Um, where I was going with that is going is, what's your thoughts on the people who go for extravagant coffee orders? I'm going to go for a vanilla cappuccino venti with caramel syrup and 2 shots or whatever. And I'm going, what the fuck is
No,
the bullshit?
no, don't like
No,
it.
I don't get that. And then
I
you're
don't
standing
like
behind the
those
queue and you're
syrups in the
like,
coffee anyway. I want a coffee for a coffee.
yeah,
Like I want the coffee taste. I
exactly.
want a
I'm
strong,
not a coffee
good
snob.
tar coffee taste.
Exactly. I want to like I stopped putting sugar on my coffee a while ago. I just one day when I'm not gonna put, I went from like 3 sugars in my coffee to none, like
Really?
in one day. I'm like,
Well,
yeah, great, and I
but
much
that's
prefer it.
common though when you start drinking coffee. A lot of people have sugar because it's like Guinness. It's really hard, bitter taste
Sure.
at first.
Yeah,
Now
good
I
point
haven't
actually.
had
Yeah,
sugar in my coffee in years, and when I taste it now, it's horrible.
yeah. Add sugar to Guinness because people have blackcurrant.
No, I don't like blackcurrant in Guinness. Horrible. No, no. Guinness on its own is fine. Blackcurrant, no, you're grand, thanks. But why are you asking about coffee snob? Just because people putting all those syrups and shite in it?
Yeah,
Yeah.
in and you go in and you're going to order and they're in front. You go, can I get 42 venti lattes? And I'm like, what the hell are you talking about? And like,
Yeah, it's a different
seriously,
language on itself, but it depends on where you're going. That sounds like a Starbucks, and I don't go to Starbucks. I don't like
no, I
Starbucks
don't. Yeah,
coffees.
I would go to close to us, and there's plenty of coffee establishments available. There's
Mm,
an Art of Coffee beside me, and there's a Cafe Nero. And I like Cafe Nero because they do a different bean every month or 3 months, a different one,
yeah, yeah.
and you can kind of give it a go. But I'll be similar to you, going is I want coffee. I like a cappuccino. I like kind of a milky coffee. I don't think you were a milky coffee
No,
person, if
no,
I remember
no.
correctly. No,
Black coffee with
but yeah.
tiny bit of milk.
Um, yeah, versus for me, I'm like half a cow, do you know the way? But it's not,
Yeah,
it's like a coffee flavored milk, do you know the
yeah,
way?
yeah, yeah.
Um, but I don't add sugar, I don't add the syrup. I don't get the weird. I like people put oat milk and stuff in it. I'm like, why? It's
I
like I don't
didn't
get
like
it.
oat milk. I like it now. I like that nutty flavor,
In
non-syrup,
a coffee
nothing.
though,
Yeah, yeah, it is nice. Yeah,
really?
yeah,
Okay,
yeah, yeah. It can be
no,
nice.
nah,
Um, but no,
notions.
abs. Oh, listen, listen. Notions. Don't even get me started on notions. But I think we're gonna have to leave notions for the next one. I've
I
loads of
think
notions
so.
to talk about. Yes, well, Alan, I've revealed too much in this podcast, as I always seem to do. You've revealed somewhat some stuff about your crotchular region, which is always great. It's always great to break boundaries and talk about things like that. But
Am I revealing it or just being consistent?
I,
No,
I,
actually, you know what? Do you know
you're being
what?
consistently revealing.
No, do you know what? And I just need to say this because I need to make sure that we go with. Remember, I mentioned at the very, very start about chocolate falling on your lap.
Yeah,
Sometimes it looks like if you shit yourself.
you didn't say on your knob, you said in your trousers, and we're gonna have to leave it at that. Alan said chocolate lands in his knob.
Consistency.
Oh, fair enough.
Consistency. We always talk about shit. We always talk about shit. There you
That's true. Oh yes, oh, we nearly went a full podcast without it, but thank you, Alan. Thanks for doing
go.
that.
That's why
Uh,
I did that going. Looks like you've shit
uh,
yourself. Nothing worse than shitting yourself in public.
that's true. It's never happened to me, but we'll come
I
back
go
to
and
that
you're telling
story in
people, I
another.
swear to God, it's chocolate. I swear to God, it's chocolate.
Alan, we're losing them. We're losing them. We're losing them. Thank you for listening, everybody. Thank you so much for being patient. And we love you. And keep on sending us your stuff. The lads at headrec.com is the email address. And on the socials, it's.
Head_rect.
We look forward to hearing your stories and talking to you soon. Thanks, Alan. Talk to you
Thanks,
soon.
everyone.
Bye.
Slán.